The market of securities tokenization has grown 200% in 2020. But most companies remain private and accept investments only from institutions, so you don't have an opportunity to get exposure to this rapid growth. Stobox security token offering is a unique opportunity to invest in the growing market in an extremely early stage. In this video, I'm going to tell you why tokenization is going to be a $1 trillion industry and why Stobox is well positioned to get a decent cut of this market. The key requirement for startup success, even more important than team or great product, is the right timing. There are 3 trends we are leveraging that make current timing perfect for the entry on the market. Firstly, the growing democratization of access to capital. In the last decade, common investors obtain more access and more power on public markets, and tokenization brings this trend on the market for private companies as well. The second trend is that financial services and investments are becoming increasingly global and not limited by national borders. The third is that consumers are increasingly used to holding and trading crypto-based assets. These trends create new desires and expectations for businesses to get rid of limitations that the capital markets created for them previously and leverage new technologies. The funding by institutional investors leads to one of the worst nightmares of business owners: losing decision-making power in their business. One of our clients came to us solely because they don't want to accept investments from Wall Street even after being offered one. On the other hand, bank financing is not acceptable for a vast group of businesses which are either perceived as too risky or do not have enough collateral to be eligible for a business loan. This is especially true for large capital-intensive projects in the need of tens of millions of dollars and in developing countries with unstable banking systems. Lastly, marketing realities require modern businesses to rely on building communities in order to have feasible customer acquisition and retention costs, and the community of investors can be an extremely strong core of the broader community for each given business. Unfortunately for businesses and fortunately for us, current solutions are not able to satisfy these needs. Listing on stock exchanges is extremely expensive, available only for mature and well-capitalized businesses that have been around for already a long time, and even not always feasible for them. Crowdfunding platforms provide access to investors at the lower cost, but are legally limited to a single country, which in multiple times reduces the available pool of capital. And shares sold in crowdfunding campaigns still cannot be traded before the public offering. This last point is crucial because most investors are used to investments like Tesla or Bitcoin, where you can get in and out fast. Inability to trade drastically increases the risk for investors and makes the offering much less attractive. Tokenization of securities is an emerging technology that solves these problems that stock exchanges and crowdfunding platforms are not able to. It allows businesses to store their shares or other securities in the form of tokens on the blockchain and sell them in a decentralized way without going to any centralized platform. It combines the low cost of crowdfunding and the possibility of trading provided by stock exchanges. Unlike with licensed centralized venues, you are not limited to a single jurisdiction or region. As a result, businesses get much wider pool of available capital and create a global community of supporters. What businesses does it work for? The most popular industry for tokenization so far has been real estate. With tokenization, real estate developers not only get more capital for property development, but also they now can sell existing real estate to a wider audience of clients who cannot afford to buy a full property but would happily invest in a fraction of it. Generally, tokenization is useful for funding capital-intensive projects, such as film projects, manufacturing facilities, development of infrastructure, or anything else that requires a lot of cash upfront. It also works well for private equity firms who have been historically open only for institutions and high-net-worth individuals, but now can raise funds from 100 times larger market of investors. At Stobox, we provide everything that is necessary for successful asset tokenization. A protocol to store securities on the blockchain that takes into account legal requirements, a platform to sell securities, onboard and verify investors, pay dividends, organize shareholder voting, and generally manage all aspects of investor relations. Via a combination of a strong in-house team and a dozen of international partners, we provide the necessary advisory, legal and marketing support for clients. Also, we provide a unique technology called the DS Swap that enables decentralized secondary trading of securities outside the stock exchange for any private company without going public. Given how attractive the industry is, there are literally dozens of competitors. In the next decades, we will see at least several tokenization providers becoming unicorns. We have strong competitive advantages to stand out from the crowd and become one of the lucky winners. First of all, we have a different focus than many of the early companies in this space. Instead of going to big, slow, regulated institutions and market infrastructures, we focus on businesses and business owners. A strong point of differentiation is also content. We have the best and the most detailed educational content on the market, and so far a very significant share of our clients came from content marketing efforts. We received a feedback that we are the only company with the content that is detailed and professional enough, which was an important factor in choosing us and creating trust. Another important point is that unlike many competitors who focus only on the technology, we provide a comprehensive service and solve the actual client's problem, for which we also received a positive feedback from clients. A very important advantage is that we provide an opportunity for decentralized trading. Remember what I said previously about the importance of trading for investors. The corresponding technologies emerged only recently, so we are the first mover in this direction. Another advantage is that we have an affiliated business, a crypto exchange created under the same brand, which gives us access to a broad base of investors who can support our clients, making the tokenization with us less risky and reducing the amount of money clients have to spend on marketing. Last but not the least, we use some quite rare and advanced database management technologies, which provides us with the higher scalability and improves the long-term profit margins. In terms of the monetization, there are two principal revenue streams. Firstly, the setup and preparation of clients' fundraising campaign. Secondly, the subscription for the long-term use of our technology. Notice that this is a subscription that is costly and inconvenient to cancel, which means that we should expect a very low churn rate, which is a basis for explosive revenue growth. In the financial industry, where everything is super sensitive, you cannot ship a dirty MVP, so the time to market was longer than we would wish. This time has been spent on building an extremely strong expertise, getting industry recognition, and building a client pipeline. We have 3 clients already signed up for our services and around 15 more at different stages of pipeline. According to our roadmap, we expect to grow moderately this year until we figure out the best growth channels and unit economy, and then grow exponentially at 200 or even more % year over year. We are raising $1 million at a valuation of $10 million, and at the expected growth rate, the investment will grow 15 to 20 times in 5 years. We have gathered an experienced professional team to make this happen. Our CEO has been leading businesses in finance, IT, and crypto for 20 years. The Chief Operating Officer has spent the last 5 years building and managing high-performance teams in the financial industry. The third co-founder, that is me, is an industry thought leader, researcher, and public speaker. I understand how to structure the tokenization deals better than 90% of the people. Other senior team members have strong experience and demonstrated history of achievements in their respective fields. In the end of the day, why invest in Stobox? The answer is simple. The tokenization market is growing at a dramatic pace, and we have competitive advantages necessary to benefit from this growth. Most uniquely, we provide a much higher flexibility for a cash out than any other venture or crowdfunding investment, because after the end of the fundraising campaign, we will open the opportunity to trade our shares using the DS Swap, and you will be able to sell your stake or buy even bigger whenever you find convenient. In order to invest, please go and register on our website. I am looking forward to going on the journey to transform capital markets with you.